Most of us think that our training speed is maxed, but they're actually losing thousands of tier 5 troops every single month. And the scary part, they don't even realize that. And boy oh boy, training speed up was something like my fixed idea when I started playing Call of Dragons. I was looking to get thousands of troops to be present on the battlefield. The troops go in hospital, no problem, we have more, and over and over and over again. But with the time, after I have been playing over 1000 days, I have tested training speed ups across season, different fractions, different buffs, and I have seen players with the same account power but has different troops inside. Some are having millions, some don't. But before we jump more deeper, don't forget guys to hit one like on this video. This video definitely deserves your like. And let's enter the first basic question, because this is basically a basic question. Why it actually matter? Yeah, we know. I mean, we know the surface why it matter. But let's go more in deep here. Because in this game, in Call of Dragons, troops are equal to power. Troops are equal to survival. Troops is equal to whatever you get destroyed or not. If you don't have troops, at one point you're going to finish your building speed up. You're going to finish your research. And basically everything. Right now, the College of Order is just so much you can go. If I go more in deep, in more info, you're going to see my tech power is fixed 31 million power. My building power is fixed 18 million power and some extra powers right there, but they're fixed. So if you don't have troops, you're not going to scale more in this game. You're going to finish the research, you're going to finish the build-ups. So troops is something that also is for your survival, because if you get rally, if you get strike it, oh boy, you're going to get... I get attacked multiple times in Call of Dragons. I actually get my first year and a half, close to 2 years, I have never get a rally in this game. But from the time, from the past like 1 year, I get a lot of rallies. I get swarmed a couple times and I get rally again. And believe it or not, I'm not going to have that positive traits that I was having if I was not having my troops. So it's not only power, it's also survival, and it's actually, are you going to get destroyed or not? It's true, at the end of the season you can buy your troops, but this is not the point of this video. You walk in, you go to war, and suddenly your march melts in second, and you think, okay, maybe they are stronger. But sometimes they're not. They just train smarter than you. So let's start simple here. I'm going to try to be extremely simple in this video. Training speed is not just one number. It's a stack of hidden bonuses. And I'm going to talk about all of these bonuses in this video. So you're not going to miss any kind of bonus in this video. And this is why most players already basically mess it up. You look at your training speed and I think, okay, I have some percentage, I'm good. And I'm going to share with you my percentage, how much I have. Now I'm going to jump over my castle. This is the place where you can see all the speed ups, all the buffs, everything you need to know about your castle. And when you click here on the right side is the military buffs. As you can see, even I have workhorse attack, behemoth, and from where all these attacks are coming. But on the left side is the buffs. Now right now I have 45% training speed up. It's going to be 20% from the technology. I'm going to show you also where they come, and 20% from my VIP. Because I'm VIP 15, I don't remember, is SVIP give you training speed up? I think not. And I have like 5% behemoth buff. Now sometimes in the KVK you may get some extra buffs. For example, this bear is giving some peacekeeping damage. Maybe sometimes the behemoths inside the KVK is giving behemoth attack 10%. It is giving something like extra buffs on top of that, but I think this 5% is actually from the home kingdom. I'm not like 100% sure. I want to mention that. So do we have a behemoth right now? Yeah, we're having this chicken. By the way, we're fighting for this chicken for so much time. Yeah, here I get just March speed. But anyway, let's continue. Now, I have 45% buffs. But here's the problem. This is not your real speed up. Now, let's talk about the real system. Training speed comes from multiple sources. It's going to come from your technology, and I'm going to go over each source so you're not missing absolutely nothing here. It's going to be from the College of Order, in the military if I remember right, and this is pathfinding. No, this is March speed. This is March speed. Where was the training? Yeah, this is the training speed up. As you can see, 10% training speed up. This is level 2. And this is going to be somewhere here in level 1. As you can see, even before you open your tier 3, basically this, oh my god, look at this ballista, brother. Look at this ballista. Before you even open your tier 3, you're going to have the 20% boost of training speed. So this is one of the places, this is the technology. The next one is going to be the VIP. Now, I'm going right now directly in my VIP. What is going on? What is this thing? Oh my god. No, it's not this one. Okay, so I'm VIP 15. Okay, it's going to take a lot of time to hit VIP 15. Yeah, I'm close to SVIP. I need like 800,000 points, brother. That's a lot. But anyway, as you can see, if we scroll down till the beginning, I think at level, I don't remember which level okay. At level 5, you're going to get your first 5% training speed up. Now, on the next level, you're not going to get nothing. On level 7, it's going to be 10%. We continue. I don't remember on which levels. Okay, 15% at level 10. By the way, 15% to hit on level 10, this is huge. I think the next training speed up is... It was somewhere in the future, if I remember right. Yeah, it's like at level 14, VIP 14, but at VIP 14 you're going to start finally get 2 universal legendary tokens, so it's definitely a target that is worth chasing. Don't jump the VIP, okay? Only till you hit VIP 8 you can jump. But don't go with gems till VIP 14 because you're going to need these gems for something else. But yeah, VIP 14 you're going to have this extra 20% speed up. Now the other thing is going to be the event. Now right now, I think we're having an event. We're having a greatest heights. I don't know where this video is going to come online, to be fair. But when the greatest heights is active, you're going to receive some speed up and earn point. If gem 1 point, grow your power, secure ranking, secure the first, blah blah blah. I don't see where is this thing, but I clearly remember that your speed up get increased by 10%. But you cannot use a mana stone, something like this. I don't remember quite well, but I think it's something like this. You know, when the greatest heights start, you're going to have this buff like 10% training speed. So this is an event that is actually giving you some training speed ups, and yeah, there is a reason. A lot of players are putting the training speed ups for the heights of power or greatest heights. The next place is going to be skins. Skins, well, there is just one single skin. This is this one, Garden of Eternity. Inside you're going to see Legion attack and training speed up, which is 3%. Now let's calculate something. Okay, we're going to do a calculate little later. Now, okay, this is the skin, the fraction bonuses. So far from point to fraction bonus, you're going to only get this elixir production speed. This is only going to what you're going to get from the fraction, just production speed, and and that's all. You're not going to get training speed ups and some temporary buff. Now let's talk about the temporary buffs. The temporary buff is actually a mana stone. What is mana stone? You kill these creatures here, they have a chance to drop one of these mana stones, and as you can see, one of those mana stones have training speed by 10%. This is a temporary buff because it's just going to be do we have some mana stones here? Yeah, it's something like this looking on the map for the new players who for first time watching my videos and are still not subscribed. I'm looking at you, you're still not subscribed. You're going to have some boost in this milestone, so this is one of the ways you can get some temporary buff. Now the other way you can get temporary buff is when you go in the technology, you go in the alliance technology, and you're having this. Where is the training buff, by the way? It's actually not here. I'm not king, so I'm not quite sure where I should look, but we're having Stone Guard, layer fog with vitality boost. I think we was having this thing from the where is the buffs? It was somewhere here, guys. I don't remember quite well. Realm records migrational mail skills gives skills. Okay, yeah, as you can see, intensive gathering, you can get like 30% for the whole realm. Increase the gathering speed, intense construction, reduced treatment. This is basically reducing the cost of healing, and war mobilization. This is the whole realm is going to get 10% more training troop speed up. So this is the second place. This is a temporary buff. Again, it's going to be only for 4 hours. It's used for the strongest sword. It's used for the greatest heights. So wait for these moments till you actually go and use your speed ups. Very important. The reduction of the and I'm going to show you, by the way, a huge reduction of the speed ups is just crazy. And the biggest mistake, players don't combine them properly. Now imagine something, you log in, you start to wonk tier 5 training batch, and this is something I use for Brink of War, and I use for the Greatest Heights. If you want to be competitive in the Greatest Heights, right now this is an event that's going to come. There is like 1 day and 6 hours before this event begins. Now what you want to do is 9 days before this event start, you start like 10,000 tier 5 troops in your barracks for each of the troops, and like this, when the event starts, you're going to just start with 50k tier 5s. Do you know how much points this is? That's a lot of points, and it's coming like this. So yeah. So yeah, you feel good. But another player, they wait 10 minutes, activate buff, cleaning setup, and now they finish the same training hours earlier. And this is where everything changed, by the way, because small mistakes here turn into huge losses over time. And I'm guilty over this thing. Yes, guys, I'm guilty from small mistakes turn into the huge losses over time, and I'm going to explain you why. Right now, as you can see, I'm training tier 4. It's obviously I'm keeping this troop for the event, but here is the thing. Training tier 4, okay, there's like 13 minutes. I'm going to just do it. Okay, see that. If I want to train, it's going to be 1 day and 12. This is a tier 5. It's going to be 1 day. This is a tier 4. 1 day and 21 minutes. Imagine I get back from work and I start training this thing. I have like a window from 3 hours before I go to sleep, or maybe 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. It didn't actually matter. After I make, I don't know, 4 or 5, because you cannot split the seconds when you start your training. After, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 times you do a training, from the time that you start training when you get back from work, right now you start training like 5 minutes before you go to sleep. And after this, you may actually forget to do a training. And like this, when you wake up at the morning, you lose like 8 hours right there. So if it's not like 12 hours to, have fixed time where you basically start your training every time, like getting back from work, this 30 minutes is going to just shift with the time. So what I'm doing in this situation, I'm going to actually show you right now. I'm going to basically finish all the troops that I'm training right now. And yeah, here's what I'm actually doing. I go in the titles and I just grab this title right here. And this Chief Warden is going to give me Legion Defense and extra 10% training speed. So you saw that it was like 1 day and 31 minutes. Right now it's not 1 day and 31 minutes. It's going to be 22 hours and 56 minutes. So let's say 23 hours. Not be 22:56. So I just win right now 1 hour and 35 minutes just because I'm going to start do my training right now. Just with one little shift in my daily routine where I'm training my troops. And right now what I'm going to do is just, I'm finished, I start off my training, I'm going to get back, I'm going to go the title and leave this title. I no longer actually need this title. So yeah, here we are. We actually finish and we start our troops right now. And yeah, this is where the things are changing. Now, you have probably seen players talking about 75% training speed up against 78% training speed up. And you think this is basically the same. But it's actually not. And yeah, you saw that by 10% I reduce my time with 10% by 1 hour and 36 minutes. Okay, now if I was having like 3%, maybe let's say I'm going to reduce roughly the time with 30 minutes. But this is every day 30 minutes. For 10 days is going to be 300 minutes. For this is just for 10 days. For 100 days or 3 months and something is going to be 3,000 minutes. If you cut this 3,000 minutes on 60, you're going to get how much is like 50 hours? Is it 50 hours? I think it's 50. I'm so bad. But you see what is the difference? What is the difference? You're actually losing in form of days just by losing this 3% from training, or actually like 3%. Actually 3% from the training. Now imagine if you don't do and don't get the title every time you start your training, you're even losing more. Now nobody say cut the second brother. Nobody say that, but you're definitely going to be ahead of most players. And yeah, 75% or maybe 78%. It's looking the same, but it's not. That small difference turned into thousands of troops per cycle, tens of thousands per week, hundreds of thousands per month. And here is the thing. You have like 5 troops that you're training right now. Just from the ballista, getting this 30 minutes, this is just from the ballista. But you have like five barracks or 5 training camps. That means per day you're losing 2 hours and 30 minutes per day. 2 hours and 30 minutes. For 10 days is like 25 hours. You're losing for 10 days, 24 hours, which is basically like 1 hour at the end of the day. And this is just very small percentage. And this is just from one mistake. Now imagine this. You're preparing for war. Your alliance say train everything, like bricks of war, okay? This is basically bricks of war. You go all in, but another player, same power as you, ends up with 1.2 million more tier 5 troops. That's not a skill, brother. That's optimization. And believe it or not, this game is a long-term game. It's not something that you start and after 20 minutes you finish and you start completely new game again and something like this. This game is having its progress, and that's why it's extremely important for you as a player, and also for me, for every person playing Call of Dragons, to know how to get the best benefits from the training, from the building, from the research, from open field, from the heroes, basically to be the most efficient with what you're having, because this is a very long road, and each optimization is speed up this long road. Now here's the part nobody is actually talking about. Some buffs are invisible if you don't check properly. So I'm going to give you some examples. Now, as I already mentioned, Roots of War skin. This is one of the things that is actually looking invisible because it's not trolled in the player's face. Is basically this skin. I can say it's little invisible. Now event bonuses, I already mentioned event bonuses. Temporarily boost. Players forgot them all the time, and I have seen some players, I mean, when I'm playing with them, and I'm like, yo brother, what kind of mana stone you get? Did you get any mana stone? And they're like, I don't have any mana stone. How you go in the fight with no mana stone, brother? You can get like 10% attack or maybe 10% HP or whatever. Brother, I don't actually get mana stones. I always forget them. Don't forget this type of things, these temporary buffs that you can get. And even if you jump in the fight and you see nobody's getting the Spy Master. Now the Spy Master is actually giving you a Legion March speed, 10% Legion attack. The Chief Master, this is something that you can apply and get this title if nobody actually is using that. Legion defense, as you can see. I think this one is actually giving something, research speed, nah. Just that this two is enough actually. So yeah, be extremely efficient with the buffs you're having. And here's the thing, the common mistake. You start training and then activate buff after. It's too late. The game already woke your timer. And this is the only thing that, the only speed up that is applying when the action has already started is gathering speed up. Now if you go and do some gathering, for example, I'm going to go with these heroes, and as you can see right now, I'm going to click, it's going to be 2 hours and 8 minutes, but if I go and I boost this gathering speed with 24 hour speed up, you're going to see 1 hour and 55 minutes. Okay, this is only applying for the gathering speed. For the training speed, for the research speed, for building speed, you have to have the speed ups before you do the action. You have to reduce the time before you actually do the action. Is extremely important. This thing, back in the days, this is one of my earliest mistake. I start something and I was like, okay, let's get this 10% building speed up for 8 hour. 8 hour, I'm going to reduce the time by little. It's not how this thing is working. It's definitely not how the things are working. And yeah, that alone can cost you days of training. It's just days of training. Now, right now, we're focused over the training. Don't get me wrong. Training is very important. But it's also applying for the researchers, it's also applying for the building. It's everywhere. And this is where things get even worse. Now imagine training from tier 1 to tier 2, tier 2 to tier 3. Feels fast, right? But when you hit tier 5, everything slows down. One tier 5 is like 1 day and a half. So, and I'm end game player. It's like 1 day and a half and I'm end game player. So you can imagine. So yeah, don't get fooled by how fast is tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3. Tier 4 is like 1 day training right there. 22 hours and 56 minutes. Tier 5 is even longer. Tier 3 is even longer. It's like 19 hours if I remember right. That's huge. And players don't adjust their strategy when they reach tier 5. They keep playing the same way. And that's why they feel behind. And this is so true for so many players. They just have a specific style of playing. So for them, it don't actually matter that much are they tier 1 or they're tier 5. Just because they're having the same behavior when they're tier 1 and when they're tier 5. That's why I'm making these videos, guys, just to provide more information and something shift in the players in the players approach of the game. I'm going to next time, if I make like 5 people next time when they walk in the game and they start training, for example tier 4, tier 5 or tier whatever, if I make 5 players just to go and grab the title for like couple seconds, get the buffs, get the training speed ups and train more faster, I'm going to be very happy because I'm going to know my audience is educated, and this is where the ideas sharing start to explode. Because when we're talking on the same things and we have the same understanding, it's just where even better strategy get born. So yeah, if you're interested in this content, don't forget to like, guys. It helped my channel a lot. Now here's the real scenario. You hit tier 5, you feel strong, but suddenly your troop count grows slower and your enemies, they keep scaling because they optimize training and you don't. It's so important to optimize your training, guys. This is not the only thing you're going to get as benefit. You're going to get also healing. Right now I have like 3 million in the hospital. For me it's no issue because every day I have like 1.2 million elixirs. You train more troops, you get more elixir production. Obviously this elixir production is from different things. I don't know if you can actually see. I'm going to actually move myself a little here. In the corner, brother. Hospital 220, policies 833, elixir production speed buff of 15%. So you can see what else your troops is actually giving you. It's not only sustainability on the battlefield, survivability when they rally you, and all these benefits. It's just how the things are. It's just how the things are in the game. You definitely need more troops. And this changed how you should see training completely. Because the game is not about how fast you're training. It's about when and how you're training. This is the important thing. Now here is the timing strategy. Smart players don't train randomly. Mark my words. This is the training strategy. They align training with event, buff window, resource peak. Now I am not like so. I don't think resource peak is the right approach, but definitely events. Right now, as I already mentioned, we're having the greatest heights. It's going to be a cavalry one. And here you're going to see so many people go so far. I train 50 million 50 million power in the greatest heights. And I get this beautiful city skin. As you can see, it's ship with the cannon in fish mount. It's very strange ship. And I get the adornment. As you can see, I have the adornment. Extra 3% magic HP bypass. So I did it at the event. And I grab very nice solid reward. In same time, at the event, the alliances help their members. And you get training buffs on Quok down. In same time, there is a graphic or schedule who is going to take the title, the 10% training speed up title, the Chief Warden or something like this. There is a schedules there. And during events, training are giving rewards. Now let's check it out what kind of reward we can actually get from the greatest heights. As you can see, take part. This is even a throwback. By the way, this city skin is maybe the best mage city skin, and you can get the what is this thing? Is that cavalry? Yeah, cavalry one. You can get hero tokens, gems, speed ups, and etc. It's just so now you're not just gaining troops, you're gaining speed up resources and points. At the end of the day, this is very important, guys. Save your speed ups. Right now I'm going to show you my speed up. Look at this thing. I'm having general speed ups 860 days, training speed ups 474. Now if I combine them together, this is like 4 years. Like 4 years. 4 years in training speed up, close to 4 years in training speed ups. And I'm preparing for the next event. Now, when I hit 50 million power with the training, I was having 3,000 days. Right now I have like 1,000 and how much? 1,300. 1,300 days. So I'm close to the middle, okay? Close to the middle of the training. But yeah. And this is where our average players is just failing behind without even noticing. Now let's talk about the speed ups. Don't use your speed ups. Don't spam them instantly. This is a bad idea. Collect your speed ups as I'm doing right now. I know for some players it's like, yo, Burgas, what are you talking about, man? I'm like. I'm like always saving my speed ups. What are you talking about? Every normal respecting his brain player is going to save his speed ups. He's not going to throw their speed ups. But believe it or not, there is a lot of players who when they get some speed ups, they immediately spend these speed ups and so on. Training, research. Some players, I'm also guilty back in the days. I'm also guilty of this. I didn't actually wait the 25 helps. And what is the 25 helps is, for example, you start this and you knock and you have like 25 people who can help you reducing the time, for example, of this policy to be way more faster. So get everything you can. And here is a smart approach. Save speed ups, use them during events, combine them with buffs, and the result is going to be double value. You're not going to believe how much you can actually get. And here is the thing. Let's talk about the speed ups. Okay, right now I have training speed ups 45%. With the Mana Stone, 55%. With the Kingdom buff, 65%. With the title, Chief Warden, 65-75% right now I can actually have as a training speed up. And if I get lucky, I may get extra 3% training speed up, but that's all. This is where all the buffs, when they stack together, is going to make this a small approach, and is going to give you absolutely crazy value. Now, here is the some real scenario. Let's talk about this thing. You finish training instantly, feels good, right? But another player, they wait, use event and get extra reward for the same troop. So yeah, you have to be careful with the. You have to be careful with your speed ups and really use it at the event. For me, the best event is against Greatest Heights, but you can also go for Strongest Ward. Is also a nice place. I think the day one, you're going to get these points for training level 1, training level 2, and etc. It's going to be 100 points. At the last day, you're going to also have a chance to get some points, but training tier 5 right now is 80 points, so you're losing like 20% from the points if you don't go very hard on the day one. And as you can see, on the day one is normally where the winners are predicted. Normally it's just day one. So you can see that, by the way, this is not that much, to be fair. It's not that much because 55,000 tier 5 troops, you can do it just like start training like 9 days before the Strongest Ward. So yeah, I just want to point out the events and the rewards you can get. This is the rewards for the rank 1. Obviously this is not the best rewards. This is rank 1, 190. Now we're not talking about the rank 1, but if there is a hero that you don't have and you make a smart play for the Strongest Ward, here is where you can actually get your hero that is going to be from Strongest Ward, because you may not get lucky in the Wheel of Destiny, okay? You may not get lucky there, but with the Strongest Ward you can actually get some good luck. You need to be in the top to rank 25. And if you see the 25 dude, the last one is going to be with 4.7 million points. If you do 9 days before the Strongest Ward start, and you're going to have even more points from this guy here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, still level 4. But yeah, you get the idea, guys. And this is for the day one. This is the full ranking. This is day one. You can definitely grab absolutely great benefits from smart training for the events. For sure. Now, the free troops concept. This is the part nobody understands. You're not just training troops. You are creating free troops over time, because if you used to get like for example, I have used it to do that for a very long time. Not gonna lie, something like for like 1 year and a half. I get used to just have like one time 160 pairs training, or what is this, 6 5 20 8,000 troops per day. But when I start using the title, I slowly reduce this time, and after X amount of time I get one extra day shift from the training. So yeah, this is also something that we have to mention, the free troop concept, how you get free troops over time. And if you optimize correctly, you get more troops for the same time. That's basically free power, brother, free power. And yeah, this is why some accounts look impossible. Now, not all of accounts, or maybe like there is just not that many smart players. Not gonna lie, guys, there's just not that many smart players. So if you see an account that look impossible, most likely it's a person who, you know, have spent money in the game. It's not because somebody is playing that smart that for you is looking like impossible. There is just not that many people who are willing to go that in deep in Call of Dragons to become better in what they're doing. And I'm like this, where if I do something, I try to be the best. I really like the competition at the end of the day. And yeah, that's why I'm actually making videos. I just want to share my knowledge, get better competition at the end of the day, and try to improve over that. It may sound crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to talk more over this topic. I think the majority of the people, if you go that far in this video, I definitely believe you know the main points that I'm trying to say in this video. And yeah, again, guys, don't forget to hit one like on this video. It helps my channel a lot. It don't cost nothing. If you enjoy the video. If you don't enjoy it, just thumbs down. This is going to give me the other signal. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. I wish you a great day. Here I'm going to put one other video that it can be interesting for you if you want more Call of Dragons content. I wish you a great day, and see you in the next video.